there, it's Leah, and we are moving on to a new week. Hopefully, you worked on the problems last week. You caught up to all of them at some point, and you are ready for this fresh new week. So, for today's question, well, hopefully, you worked on it yesterday. If not, go ahead, do it. I'm going to just explain to you how I would solve this problem. And this is one that I really want you to feel comfortable working on because I think this concept is something that comes up a lot. So here we go. Monday, 10/24. Here was the question. A small red circle is drawn inside a larger circle. The diameter of the blue circle is 10 centimeters. So that just means the distance across is 10 centimeters. And the diameter of the smaller red circle, that's the radius. The diameter here going across any direction will be 4 centimeters. What is the area of the blue region shown in the picture below? This is a classic case of let's find the area of the big shape and then subtract out the smaller shape. So nearest tenth also means that I'm going to be doing some rounding here. And what I want to do is I just want to set up two sections. I've got my larger circle, my smaller circle. They're the same shape. We use area equals pi r squared for both. Okay, area of the circle, pi r squared. So what I know, if the diameter is 10, I know the radius of my larger circle is going to be 5. So I have area equals pi times 5 squared. Area equals 25 pi. All right, I'm going to come back to that in a second. My smaller one, if my diameter here is 4, that means my radius is equal to 2. 2 squared, so I have area equals 2 times 2, which is 4 pi. Now, a lot of times they will give you a multiple choice answer, and the answer will be in terms of pi. And so if I was answering this in terms of pi, it would be much easier because I would just have 25 pi minus 4 pi, which is 21 pi. I see some of my students like canceling out the pi, getting rid of them, but you can almost think of this as just like terms, right? Like if you had 25x minus 4x, we wouldn't get rid of the x that comes along for the ride. So like I was saying, if this was a multiple choice answer, more than likely you're going to find 21 pi as your answer, but it is not. So what does that mean? That means we need to let pi equal 3.14. That's the approximation. Pi is an irrational number, and we have to multiply 21 times 3.14. Now, just so that you know, 22 over 7 is another approximation for pi. And I would say use that if we're dealing with fractions, but we're going to stick to the 3.14 because, again, nearest 10th. All right, so as like the rest of the test, we don't have calculators, so I'm going to go to the side. I'm going to take out my decimals for now and just multiply 314 times 21. So I have 4 times 1, 1 times 1, 3 times 1, bring down the 0, 4 times 2, 1 times 2, 3 times 2, which is 6. Add up my 2 rows, 4, 9, 5, 6. Now I put my decimal back in, 3.14, bam, bam, that's 2, 1, 2. So what is that? It is 65.94. Rounding that to the nearest tenth, 65 and 9/10. And this is area. So if this was not on the SHSAT, you would write it as square centimeters. SHSAT, they're not going to have you put units in. So 65.9 or 65 and 9/10 would be your final answer. So that would be that problem. If you need to pause this at any time, that is fine. If you solved it differently, that is also fine. So just letting you know, another option would be in this step to multiply 25 times 3.14, same thing here, and then subtract. But in this case, if you do it this way, you only have to multiply by 3.14 one time. So think about that. Think about where you might get caught up on this problem. Again, if it's like the multiplication, just please, 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 I want you to practice that. I know you know how to do that. It's just a matter of practicing, not making mistakes. There's no calculators on these tests, so we just got to get really comfortable. It's like a conditioning skill. All right, if you need anything, you know where to reach me. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Please give this video a like. Please subscribe to this page if you want more, and I am here for your math needs. All right, everybody, I will see you tomorrow. All right.